Hello, this is Janet Michael. In addition to hosting The Valley Today each weekday at noon on the River 95.3, I also produce podcasts, and I'm excited to introduce you to a new podcast series in partnership with Lord Fairfax Community College. Having provided higher education and career training for the past half-century, LFCC is tightly interwoven into the fabric of the Northern Shenandoah Valley and Piedmont regions. Join me every week for conversations with current and former students to hear their funny and inspiring stories as we learn about their journey to higher education, the role that LFCC has played, where they are now, and where they plan to go. We'll also talk to current and former professors about their experiences and best memories of LFCC over the past 50 years. Get every single episode as they're released on our website at theriver953.com under the podcast tab, or you can subscribe for free in Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for LFCC Stories. Hello and welcome to The Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Monday. As you are listening to the show today, we have pre-recorded our conversation on the Zoom screen with Kristen Lays. She is the executive director at Belle Plantation. And Kristen, you're in crunch time right now because the Wine Fest is this weekend. As people are listening, you got to be running around, dotting all kinds of I's and crossing all kinds of T's at this point.
Yep, we're sure busy, but we're really looking forward to it. It's been 18 months since we've held an event of this size, and it's one of our favorite events of the year. So it's going to be great.
And if ever there was a need for wine,
I know.
we are in that time right now.
So we've actually called this year, we've called it Wine Fest Plus, and we'll see if the name sticks, but we have more than just wine. So whatever you need, we have.
Well, and I know you're going to give me all of the details for that too. So before we get into the weeds on that a little bit, tell me about Belle Plantation. What's going on at the house?
Yeah, so we were fortunate to be able to reopen starting last summer. So we were closed in the spring of 2020 when COVID was really just starting out, but we were able to start with modified schedule, have some smaller events last year. And then we reopened in March, as we usually do with a modified schedule. As of this summer, we're open 7 days a week to visitors. We are, now that the Delta variant's kind of in the community and heating up, we are asking people mask when they're indoors on the property. And we do the same, just to make sure everybody's okay, even if you're vaccinated.
It's an easy safety precaution. It's not a complicated thing to do, to put on a mask.
Yeah, and we still have a lot of outdoor spaces. So even if you've been here before and you're looking for a place to bring a picnic, pick something up at Schaefer's Market right near us, and looking for a place to have a nice meal out without being inside a restaurant. We have picnic facilities. Our museum shop is in a different building. We have indoor restrooms there.
I don't know, is exhibit the right word for it, but you have a whole new section or a whole new building that you guys opened not that long ago that has the history of slaves, I believe.
Well, actually, so you're mixing up two things, but one is we do in 2019, we opened up the Beverly B. Shoemaker Welcome Center, which is in the Big Red Barn. And that has some exhibits in it. And we're currently working on it. It hasn't opened yet, but we're currently working on, for the lower level of the Manor House, an exhibit about the archaeology we did in the enslaved quarters site. So that's still in progress. We thought we keep hoping that we get over COVID before, because it's not a really big space and to have people crowded in there. But so we're still working on it. But
yeah, that's the downside to reading so many press releases, is they all get jumbled in my brain.
That's okay. That's okay. But we do try to keep things going, keep things fresh. And so, yeah, so if you haven't been in a while, it's a great place if you're visiting with out-of-town guests to bring them by.
And you bring up a good point when you talk about your outdoor space, because I think sometimes people forget that you're more than just the house. You've got the gardens out back that I know the master gardeners, and you have a gardener there that helps kind of maintain that. But you do have all of these outdoor spaces that people can come and enjoy as well.
Right. With great views. And we've been very popular during COVID for a place to do photo shoots.
I would imagine you've been an Instagram hotspot.
Yeah, exactly.
So Wine Festival is coming up this weekend. It's on Saturday from 11 to 6. Tell me the details. First, tell me, how do I get tickets? Do I have to get my tickets in advance?
You do not have to get them in advance, but it's to your advantage if you want to, because if you buy them online through bellegrove.org, or you come into our museum shop, we're open 10 to 4 all this week. So every day this week, 10 to 4. So if you want to buy them in person, you can buy them in the museum shop, or if you live in Winchester, it's easy to swing by the Winchester Visitor Center. They're selling them there as well. And if you get your ticket in advance, it's $25. If you buy it at the gate, it'll be $30. So bit of an advantage to get those tickets in advance. And that's if you're going to be tasting or purchasing alcohol. We've got great music. We've got other things going on. So if you're under 21, or you are going to be the designated driver for your group, or for whatever reason you're not into the tastings, aren't going to buy alcohol, you can come in on just a general admission ticket, which is $15. And that's in advance or at the gate.
So what does my $25 tasting ticket get me? Do you do like an armband and I get so many tastings? How does that work?
We will wristband you to make sure that we've checked your ID and that you've purchased the tasting ticket, but we'll give you a souvenir glass, and then you're able to just go around to the vendors and get little taste of everything, see what you like. And some of the vendors will be selling their products by the glass, by the bottle, by the case. So if there's something you really like, then you can go ahead and purchase that and consume it in your chair and under your tent or something while you listen to the music. And we do have a bag check tent. So if you're buying things and you don't want to haul it around, you don't want to hustle out to your car, you can just check it there for the day and we'll take care of it for you.
Are they all Virginia wineries? Are they local? Have you brought them in from all over the place?
They are all Virginia, but we have over the years, we've kind of reached out further than the valley for the vineyards. So we have North Mountain Vineyard from Morristown, Hunt's Vineyard from Stewart's Draft. So that's up the valley a bit. Third Hill Winery at DeMello Vineyards in Quicksburg. So that's nearby. But Narmada Winery in Amisville, and Creek's Edge is coming from Loudoun County in Lovettsville. So they're new to the festival this year. So we're excited to see what they have to offer. We've heard great things.
And all of them are within driving distance, which is what I love when you guys put these festivals like this together, because it gives me the opportunity to try something without making that drive. And then if I fall in love with something that Wendy has at Third Hill in Quicksburg or in Loudoun County, I can make that drive and go to their place and buy more when my supply that I get at your festival runs out.
That's right. Yeah. And so many of these wineries have been really great during the pandemic too, with lots of outdoor spaces and, it's a simple menu, just a great place to go hang out with friends. So some of our favorites had conflicts this weekend. I will say, if you're coming out to Middletown to the Wine Fest, just down the road in Strasburg, they're doing an event called Vintage
in the Valley.
Vintage in the Valley. Thank you. And so Star in the Valley Vineyard is going to be down there that day. And there's also neat vendors and stuff to see. So we definitely can make a whole day of it between those two events. But in addition to wine, so with the Plus, we couldn't have our beer festival for 2 years in a row now. So really wanted to help highlight local cider and local beer in addition in this festival. So we have Winchester Cider Works and Old Town Cidery, which is a pretty new cidery out of Winchester. Misty Mountain Mead Works, which is a honey wine. So
it is amazing. He has done the radio show with me. It is the bomb. Again, you can buy that at Schaefer's. You mentioned Schaefer's a second ago. That's where I go to get my supply.
Yeah, it's really yummy. But Box Office Brewery in Strasburg, Front Row Brewing Company, they're rebranding to be by Brissa Beer, and they are expanding into Winchester. So they're really up and coming. So if you don't know them, it'd be a great time to taste what they have. And Woodstock Brew House will be there. And then Copper Fox Distillery, which is the whiskey distillery that makes the Belgrove 1797 whiskey.
I totally forgot that they did that. Rick has done the show with me as well, and his sister did the show not too terribly long ago, actually. I totally forgot that they make that whiskey for you guys.
Yep, they do. So so if you haven't ever had a chance to take a sip, this is a great opportunity. I believe they also can sell by the bottle.
Oh
So,
yeah. And if you can get it by the bottle, that's the way to do it.
yeah.
And they're making bourbon. I had no idea they were doing bourbon as well as whiskeys. So before we jump off for a break, tell me again, where can people get their tickets online?
Yep, you can buy them online at bellegrove.org, BELLEGROVE.org.
You print it and then just bring it with you to the
Yep.
gate that day, right?
Yep, and you can come to the have tickets line, breeze in, bring your ID, have to have your ID.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation. We are pre-recording today with Kristen Lays. She is the executive director at Belle Grove Plantation. We are talking about Wine Fest Plus that is happening this Saturday, August 28th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the plantation grounds. We're going to get more details about all of the other things that are going to be happening that day when we come back in just a couple of minutes.
Got a financial decision to make or a goal to reach, but you don't know where to start? You've come to the right place. Introducing Quick Money Chats with the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program. Visit tinyurl.com/Quick Money Chat to schedule a virtual chat with a staff member or trained volunteer. We won't tell you what to do, but we will give you the tools you need to choose wisely. And because Virginia Cooperative Extension is part of Virginia Tech and Virginia State, your land-grant universities, you can be sure that our information is credible and trustworthy. And you'll know that we aren't trying to sell you something. Maybe you want to improve your credit score, or reduce your banking overdraft fees, or even figure out if you can afford to buy that car. Sorting through tons of information on the internet can be overwhelming, and sometimes it can be hard to know who to trust. Schedule a Quick Money Chat and get the information you need to take action. Go to tinyurl.com/Quick Money Chat and get financial education personalized for you.
Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Monday. As you are listening to the show today, we have pre-recorded our conversation with Kristen Lays. She is the executive director at Belle Grove Plantation here in Middletown. It's so crazy that we're on the Zoom screen, Kristen, and we are literally probably 2 miles away from each other. We've been talking about Wine Fest Plus. It is happening this Saturday, August 28th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Belle Grove. And Kristen, you were saying that you added the plus because you guys couldn't do your beer festival that you've done for so many years. Mm-hmm. So now you've brought in some local breweries, some local cideries. You also said that I can get my ticket in advance for $25, and that includes tastings. Are the tastings for beer and cider included with the wine tastings?
Yep. You can taste all of the beverage vendors.
That's a really good idea, because there are a lot of wives that come for the wine and a lot of husbands that come for the beer and the cider. So you're checking all those boxes for all of them.
Exactly. Whatever you're in the mood for, we've got you covered.
And you're tying the whole thing together with live music. You mentioned too in the first segment that people can buy the glass. In a lot of cases, they could get a case, get a bottle, and then go sit on their chairs or a blanket and listen to live music while they enjoy what they're tasting.
That's right. So we've got two great bands. One is new to us, Ginger Funk All-Stars, and they play what they call groove music. So reggae and R&B. And so we're excited to have them. And then in the second slot of the day, starting at 3:00, we have the Elizabeth Lawrence Band, and they play a lot around the Warrenton area, Rappahannock kind of area. She's got just an amazing voice. They've been out here before for a couple of events, but it's been a long time now. So we're excited to have her back. She can belt out Bonnie Raitt like almost like Bonnie Raitt.
Like nobody's business.
That's right. So they're great. They've got a great sound. And so, yeah, the lawn, we're going to really spread everything out. The beverage vendors will be all spread out in one area. We'll have the lawn for the music. And then we'll have food vendors in the front of the house. So we've got 3 great food trucks: Schaefer's Barbecue, Sobo Mobile. They're out of Warrenton. They do Tex-Mex. And then Vittles, which is based in Woodstock and has been new in the area, does all sorts of great, yummy sandwiches. And I think she's going to do a strawberry shortcake. Yeah. So
I'm writing down Vittles food truck because I had no idea they existed, and now they need to be my new best friends.
That's right. They do all sorts of interesting things. They do some Tex-Mex too, but since we'll already have one of those, they're going to do more towards their sandwich side of things.
Speaking of food vendors, you're going to have demos. You've got chefs that are coming out to do demonstrations too. So you're checking all kinds of food boxes that day.
Right. We love talking about food with wine and, how things pair. So we have 3 great chefs that'll be there. So we have, first off, Blair Dolinar from Nibblins. And then we'll have Chef Phil Anderson, who's been around the Winchester area in the recent years. He's going to be making like a chocolate ganache. Something yummy.
He and his wife have My Buddy's Nuts.
Right. My Buddy's Nuts. And right now they've got they had the Chef's Market in Winchester. Now they have the Chef's Corner. Bonnie will be here with My Buddy's Nuts. So if you need any spiced pecans to go with your beverages, she can get you set up. And then, Blair's going to be making an appetizer. And it was described to me as Cheetos and bacon dip. So I'm very curious about how that's going to work.
Right. It sounds
really
both
yummy.
Crazy and delicious at the same time.
Yeah. And then Kristen Nahas is new to the area and she does amazing food too. So she's coming and demoing at the last slot of the day.
Korean style tacos with spicy coleslaw. So we talked about the music. We talked about the food trucks.
There'll be other merchandise vendors too. I mentioned My Buddy's Nuts already, but some great jewelry folks. J&W Farm, which does apple cider products.
Their apple cider mustard is delicious too.
Yeah, it is good. A new vendor that's got some good looking bath products and soaps and some candle vendors. I heard in the radio that they were kind of worried about the Christmas shopping season and the supply chain. So they're saying start that Christmas shopping early.
And I have always said, when you're doing your Christmas shopping, go with these local artisans, these local small businesses, because they're the ones that their kids are going to school with your kids and you see them at the grocery store and you can't shop any more local than somebody who's making something in their basement in your backyard.
That's right. That's right.
And I love that you always include them. I love that that's always a piece of the wine fest, that you always have these kinds of vendors and artisan crafters there.
Yeah. We love to feature them. And so they'll have their own section. We're also going to have the Walking Mall Poet. So if you've never run into Joe, he's a poet and he goes around with his typewriter and he will write you a poem. I think there's a small fee, but then he'll custom write a poem for you right then and there.
Now that is cool.
Yeah.
The Antique Tractor and Gasoline Engine Club is going to have a display.
Right. So Massanutten and Antique Tractor Club, they're doing a raffle and they'll have a couple of their tractors out and talking about their raffle and selling raffle tickets for that.
And then the house will be open. I'm assuming the welcome center that you have will be open with the gift shop. So people will be able to shop and browse there as well.
Yep. That'll definitely be open, ready for business. And we'll have the Manor House open for tours. We also hope that heritage artist Clyde Jenkins will be there demonstrating his basket weaving.
It takes a lot of work to put these things together. It's a double-edged sword because they are so labor intensive to gather and to organize. And then at the same time, how deflated you must have been during COVID when you couldn't do them. And now you haven't done it for a while. And it's like, oh my gosh, this was a lot of work.
Yeah. But it's fine. We love it. And it's great to see people come out and enjoy it. And we're really happy to support local businesses who've just also suffered during this and just hope that this can help them. So
tell me, where can I get tickets again?
So you can buy your tickets online at bellegrove.org, BELLEGROVE.org. We use PayPal, but you don't even need a PayPal account. You can use a credit card. If you feel more comfortable buying it in person, you can come by our museum shop, which is open 10 to 4 every day this week, or you can stop by the Winchester Frederick County Visitor Center, which is 1400 South Pleasant Valley Road, right on the edge of the Shenandoah University campus. They're only taking cash or check, but they're selling tickets there and they are open every day, 9 to 5. So you can head on over there. It'll be while supplies last over there. So even if you're heading out there on Saturday morning, you might be able to score yourself an advance ticket. We will take the advance tickets down off our website Friday at 5.
So get them Friday before 5 so that you can save yourself a little bit of cash.
Right. Otherwise at the gate, they'll be $30.
And you have to wait in a longer line.
we hope we can get the line going quickly, but the gates open at 11 and we'll be there until I think last call is about 5:30 and the festival goes till 6.
Fantastic. So once you get through WineFest Plus, what's next on the horizon for Belle Grove?
Well, coming up quick after that will be the U.S. Border Collie Handlers Association National Sheepdog Finals. So I know we're going to come back and talk with you more about that, Janet, but that'll be October 5th through the 10th. So this is the North American Championship right here.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. So they'll have about 150 dogs competing. They had to qualify through qualifying events all year long. And we're bringing in about 650 sheep. They're coming all the way from Wyoming this time. So that's going to be fun. And so the event goes on. They start early. They start at 8 a.m. So it's basically like 8 a.m. till 3 every day is when the competition goes. During the weekdays, there'll be the different qualifying rounds. And then on the weekend, they'll have a semifinal and Sunday is the final.
That is so cool. Now, is that televised? Will that be on TV as well?
No, in the past, they had done some video streaming. I don't know what the status of that is this year. I think it's typically for just people in the sport. So right, this is your chance to come see it. And tickets for that are on our website as well. You can come out one day, you can come out and get a 3-day pass, 6-day pass if you want. So
I'm excited about recording that show. I know we've talked about doing it live in the studio, and I'm going to still try to convince you to let me come out there so I can play with the dogs while we're recording the show.
We can try to do that.
We'll see how that ends up shaking out. And you mentioned too, when we were talking a minute ago about the vendors and Christmas shopping, you're probably still going to try and do all of the holiday things that you normally do at Belle Grove as well.
Yeah. So we are going ahead with doing holiday things. We are going to have our Kringle market that we tried for the first time last year. We're going to do that again, but we decided to bump that into November. Last year, doing it in early December worked because so much had been canceled. But, this year we anticipate all of the regular activities will be back. So just to make sure that our vendors were available, but this will be a great opportunity the weekend before Thanksgiving, which is November 20th and 21st. We'll have our Kringle outdoor market. And that'll be a great time to come and, again, shop local. Of course, our museum shop will be open. So it's a great time to come out and get some things off your list without the crowds and hassle
or buy a few things for yourself, because that's what I end up doing.
Exactly.
So bellegrove.org, best first place to start to get tickets, to know what events are coming up. But you guys also are really good on the social networks. You're on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Right. So watch that. Like us if you haven't already. We'll be posting all week about WineFest.
Well, Kristen, thank you for taking some time out of your morning to have this conversation with me. I'm excited about WineFest Plus.
Yes. Thank you. We look forward to seeing everybody.
I will be back tomorrow. It is Tourism Tuesday, Winchester, Frederick County edition, as a matter of fact. So Justin Kearns and I are having a conversation with Catherine Solenberger. She is the owner of Homestead Farm at Fruit Hill Orchard. So we are chatting with her about a sunflower festival that she has coming up. So meet me back here tomorrow. We'll get all of the details for that and other events that are happening in and around Winchester, Frederick County. I'll meet you here then.